There are three types of people on a plane when the oxygen masks drop. The one who grabs the mask immediately and breathes. The one who screams and grabs the person next to them. And the one who sits there, blinking, trying to understand what that yellow cup even is. Most people are the third type. Most people have 12 seconds before they can no longer help themselves. Which one are you going to be? The masks drop. There's a bang. Your ears explode with pressure. The cabin fills with a white mist that looks like smoke. It is not smoke. It's condensation from the sudden pressure drop, and it means you are now at cruising altitude air, 35,000 feet, with the oxygen content of the summit of Everest. Your blood oxygen is already falling. You feel fine. That's the trap. Hypoxia doesn't hurt. It makes you euphoric. At 35,000 feet without supplemental oxygen, you have between 15 and 20 seconds of useful consciousness. Not 15 minutes. 15 seconds. After that, your hands stop working. Your thinking goes soft and warm and pleasant. You smile. Then you pass out. Then, without the mask, you die. Grab the mask. Now. Before you help your child. Before you look around. Before you process what's happening. Pull the tube to start oxygen flow. The bag will not fully inflate, and that is normal. Then place it over your nose and mouth and breathe. This single action is the only thing standing between you and unconsciousness in the next 12 seconds. This next part sounds insane. Do it anyway. Put your mask on before you help your child. Every instinct you have screams the opposite. Every parent reading this is already arguing with the screen. But an unconscious parent helps no one. A 4-year-old cannot put a mask on a limp adult. You have 15 seconds of useful consciousness. That is not enough time to save someone else first, and then save yourself. Put it on. Breathe. Then turn and help. The plane is now descending at a rate that feels like a controlled crash. It is controlled. The pilots are executing an emergency descent, dropping to 10,000 feet where the air is breathable, at a rate of up to 6,000 feet per minute. That descent will feel violent. The nose pitches down. Loose items become projectiles. Brace your feet flat on the floor and grip the armrests. The turbulence is not the emergency. The air is. Check your seatbelt. Tighten it now, against your hips, not your stomach. In the 1988 Aloha Airlines incident, a flight attendant was swept out of the aircraft during an explosive decompression because she was standing in the aisle. Passengers who were seated and belted survived. The belt is the difference between staying in your seat and becoming a projectile at 500 miles per hour. Now listen. Not to the noise, not to the person next to you, not to your own panic. Listen for the crew. Flight attendants are trained for exactly this. Their instructions override everything you think you know. In United Airlines, Flight 811 in 1989, a cargo door blew out over the Pacific, killing 9 passengers and tearing a hole in the fuselage. The surviving passengers followed crew instructions and lived. The ones who moved without instruction put themselves in more danger. This next part sounds insane. Do it anyway. Do not photograph or film what's happening. Your phone becomes a 6-ounce missile in turbulence that hits the person behind you at the speed of a punch. More importantly, the 3 seconds you spend unlocking your phone are 3 seconds you are not watching the exits, not listening to the crew, and not bracing. In an emergency evacuation after landing, the FAA has documented that passengers holding luggage and phones slow evacuation by up to 40%. That delay kills the people behind you. The plane touches down. The emergency is not over. If you smell fuel or smoke, or the crew shouts, "Evacuate," you have 90 seconds. That is the certification standard all commercial aircraft must meet. 90 seconds is how long a plane fuselage can resist a post-crash fire before it becomes unsurvivable. Leave everything. No bag, no coat, no phone. Count the rows to the nearest exit before every single flight you take. Not the closest exit, the nearest one, because in smoke you will not be able to see the signs, and you will navigate by touch, row by row, on your hands and knees. The danger was never the pressure. It was the 15 seconds you didn't know you had. Your homework. Tonight, on your next flight, or the next time you're near one, count the rows between your seat and the 2 nearest exits, front and back. Memorize the number. Then read the safety card, not as a formality, but to find where the exit handles actually are on that specific aircraft model, because they are not all in the same place. It takes 90 seconds. It is the only preparation that works when you have 15 seconds to act and 0 time to think. Do it on your next flight, not someday. Next flight.